Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. You know how we do it. I just want to thank you and welcome you. We're going to be talking about some pretty interesting topics tonight. I want to make sure that I have your full attention, so please do me a favor. As you come in, you know what we always do. Like those hearts, those likes, those thumbs up. If you're watching this on Facebook and if you're watching it on YouTube, you know what to do as well. Those thumbs ups, that hit that subscribe button and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. We're going to talk about some money tonight. In fact, we're going to be talking about your money. And so before I get into it, though, I want to give this disclaimer that this information contained in this presentation is not intended and should not be understood or construed as financial advice. I am not an attorney, accountant, or financial advisor, nor am I holding myself out to be. And the information contained in this presentation is not a substitute for financial advice from a professional. We're going to talking about that a little later, who is aware of the facts and circumstances of your particular situation. I expressly recommend that you seek financial advice from a professional. So we're going to be talking tonight a little bit about, how you can keep more in your paycheck and do it in a quick manner. So jump in the comments real quickly if that's something that you would like to do. Would anybody that's viewing like to keep more money, more income from their paycheck? Just say yes. If you can just say yes, I greatly appreciate that. And let me tell you about who I am first as we get into this. My name is Sean Hill. A little bit about my background. I have a bachelor's degree in business from Dallas Baptist University. I've been in corporate America over 25 years at top firms like KPMG, an auditing and accounting firm, AT&T. And so I tell you this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I know a little bit about finances, a little bit about what I speak of. And so we want to kind of unpack some of these things because I know how struggle it is. I know how tough it is out there. I know many of you are working 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet. So if there is a way that you can keep more from each paycheck, I want to share that with you. So let's go ahead and jump right into the presentation. What worked for your parents and grandparents could have you working for the rest of your life. So in other words, times have changed. Think about it. How is this system working for you? Get a good education. Stop me if you've heard this before, okay? Get a good job. Give up to a third of your income to pay taxes. Use credit to make up the difference or to finance the lifestyle you want. Then give a third of your income to banks to service your debt, to service that credit, and use the remaining third of your income to cover your normal living expenses. Is anybody living like that? Anybody? I got my hand raised up. Anybody have a lifestyle like that? Now, with all that, try to save or invest enough for your retirement or for your kids' college out of all that. So let's look at a couple of things. It says Forbes says the greatest retirement crisis in American history is happening right now. As also, if you would do me a favor, if you share this, it would also be appreciated, greatly, greatly appreciated. Forbes says we're the greatest retirement crisis in American history is happening right now. We're on the precipice of the greatest retirement crisis in history of the world. In the decades to come, we will witness millions of elderly Americans, the baby boomers, and others slipping into poverty. And you've seen story after story about that. I just saw a story a while ago where it was a murder-suicide. An elderly couple couldn't afford their medication. And so sadly, that's how they went out, and nobody should have to live like that. Money Q&A. Why are professional athletes going broke, and why are you too? So it's not even a matter of the amount of money, it's having the right advisors. MarketWatch says most Americans are one paycheck away from the street, and we know that to be true. And more than half of Americans will retire broke. And so how did we get here? How did this happen? Well, let me just tell you a few of the things that happened. One, we had stagnant wages. So when wages are stagnant, and that's been over 40 years, we've had over 40 years of stagnant wages. But what hasn't been stagnant is CEO compensation. See, CEO compensation has continued to rise even as the middle class average workers' compensation has stayed stagnant. But what also hasn't stayed stagnant is the skyrocketing cost of college and medicine. And those are just two examples of the rising costs. And how have we cope with this? How have we cope with these situations? Well, more women have entered the workforce, which isn't a bad thing, but it should be because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, because you have to have two incomes to make it these days. So that was one of the ways. And of course, that leaves little time for family as both breadwinners are out making it happen. Credit became easier, and credit is just another synonym for debt. So it became easier to get into debt. And we see that right now. We got cheaper consumer products. So the products became cheaper. Yay, that. But the jobs to offset that cheapness had to be outsourced. So that was a downside. And now we are seeing the entry of the gig economy. Just this morning, I saw an article about DoorDash keeping the tips of the people that are working for them, the little contractors. They're keeping their tips. They're not making anything anyway. They're making about $8 an hour, and you want to keep their tips? This is where we are. So where does that leave us? We have a better way. We have a better system. So our mission is to provide you with the same strategies and experts used by the wealthy to overcome financial challenges created by our tax, credit, banking, and educational system. As a result, 70% or less, why? 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 70% of Americans pay too much in taxes. 80% of Americans have credit challenges. 90% of Americans are buried in debt. Hashtag this stops today. This stops today. And so what we're looking at is the reason that we're in this situation. It's really caused about 5 reasons: financialization, immigration, globalization, consolidation, and automation. All those Sean's have come together. Financialization means now it's easier to make money with money than with labor. So it's now I don't have to have a physical body there. I can just make money with capital. I don't need labor. Immigration, it's cheaper many times to get someone from overseas to train people here. Globalization, it's also cheaper to have products made overseas and shipped here than it is to keep jobs here. Consolidation, we saw that recently. Sprint, I think it's Sprint and T-Mobile, they have announced that they're trying to get together, and more companies are consolidating. Well, guess what that means? Less competition. And a lot of times it means people will lose their jobs. And of course, automation, as things become more automated, people lose their jobs. And so that's always a terrible situation. Well, here's the outcome. It's broken into 3 levels. 1% are doing great. It's a great economy for them. That 9% that services the 1%, they're doing good. They're doing good. The other 90%, as it says, are buried in debt. Now I want to ask you, which group do you fall in? 1, 2, or 3? You great, good, or SOL? And we, of course, we know SOL stands for stuck out of luck. All right. So, but it's even worse for the ADOS community, the Black American community. It's even worse. It's been projected by 2053 that there will be zero wealth in the Black community. Men in Chicago, one report said that the young men in Chicago in 2016, 45% of them were unemployed. 1 in 5 Black men in 2016 also were unemployed or out of school. But you would think it would just be the men, or it would be worse if it was just the men, but it's also our women too. Of course, they're more educated, but a lot of times they're facing a lot of discrimination, even in corporate America. Even their education can't overcome their color. They can't overcome their race. Can't overcome them being ADOS because they face a lot of pushback. So what can you do? What can you do? Well, we can make smarter money moves is what we can do. I'm going to talk to you about 2 things tonight, and I hope you got a pen to kind of write this down, because I believe these 2 things are going to really help you. One of the things I want to talk to you about is the rule of 72, or what I like to call why your banker's house is bigger than yours. It's the rule of 72, why your banker's house is bigger than yours. And we're also going to talk about the time value of money. So really quickly, real simple, the rule of 72 means that you divide into 72 your interest rate that you're getting on your money or that you're paying. And then you will be able to figure out how long it takes your money or your debt to double. So what do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. Let's say, for instance, you are getting, what are savings accounts giving you right now? 1%, 2%. So let's say 2%. Let's kind of bump it up a little bit. We're not going to talk about stocks and things like that. We're just going to talk about savings account. Really, really safe. There's no risk. So with 2% divided into 72, we just do the math. That's 36 years. So it would take whatever money you put in your savings account 36 years to double. So if you put 1,000 in, it would take 36 years for it to become 2,000. But on the other hand, compound interest doesn't care who it works for. The opposite is true. Let's say, for instance, you have a credit card that is at 24%. Well, easy math, right? We divide 24 into 72, we get 3. So let's say it's that same $1,000, but now we changed it from savings to debt. That same $1,000 will double in 3 years. So it takes you 36 years for your $1,000 to double of savings, but 3 years for it to double in debt. So, and you wonder why your banker has a better house than you. You're his banker. Your banker's house is bigger than yours. Also, one of the things I want to talk to you about is called the time value of money. Let me ask you a question. If I gave you a choice and I said, would you rather have $300 today, or would you rather have $300 a year from now? Which would you say? Today or a year from now? Put that in the comments. Put it in the comments, today or a year from now. Now, I know, I get it. Sounds kind of silly when you say it like that, Dunn. I mean, my goodness, if I had it today, I could use it today. I could pay down debt. I can push to savings. I would rather have it today. However, when we think about it a different way, and we talk about taxes and the physical money that we could have and keep in our paychecks, as opposed to waiting for a tax refund, air quotes, a refund, many people would rather wait on the refund. Time value of money. So the TMV, time value of money, means that money that you could have today is going to be worth more than money that you have at some future date, because now you could get the interest on it, and the future date is going to be subject to inflation, a lot of different things. So the time value of money, in other words, means I'd rather have it today. And so that's what we're going to talk about here. All right. And it all starts with an instant pay raise. How many of you guys would like an instant pay raise? I mean, right now pay raise. Our proven strategy is to increase the take-home pay of over 150 American W-2 employees, starting with their very next paycheck. How good would that be? So step number one, how it works, our experts will help you. Not you have to do it yourself. You have to figure this out. You have to manipulate it yourself. Our experts will help you stop overpaying your taxes and letting the government use your money all year long, interest-free, because they don't pay you for it. You give it to them. They kind of keep that interest. They don't give it back to you. And you can use a home-based business tax laws to increase your deductions so you can pay less and keep more. And this is the key to building wealth and building, stability. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. All right. So strategy number one is stop overpaying the IRS. See that little red line there where it says refund? Well, let's kind of blow that up a little bit more. When we get a refund, this is one of the rare times that the government is actually telling the truth. Can you believe it? They're actually saying something that's actually happens to be true. Line 75 says, if line 74 is more than line 63, subtract 63 from 74. This is the amount you overpaid. This is the amount that you overpaid. You paid too much. We're giving it back. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this a different way. And maybe this will make more sense to you. If you went to the store and you overpaid for an item today, would you wait till next year to get the refund back? No, you go right back. You say, no, I overpaid. That's too much. You charged me more than you should have. I want it back today, not tomorrow, today. And so should you. That's the amount that you overpaid. Thank you. Did Uncle Sam thank you for your interest-free loan? I know I haven't gotten a note. I've gotten a lot of information from the IS. I never got a thank you. Ungrateful. All right. Well, our experts will correct your W-4 certificate for you. You know, I was part of a company, great company called My Econ. And it had this same kind of program, the same ideology about they call it income shifting. And it's a great ideal and great philosophy. The problem I had, though, is, man, I was always nervous. Even if somebody explains it to me, I was nervous about filling the thing out. You know, chapter, I was like, oh, man, I don't want to mess with RS. But this company is different. They have enrolled agents. They have CPAs. They have people that have the credentials to do this for you. Then they give you back the forms. Nothing for you to fill out. You give them the information. They give you back the forms, and you just submit it to your HR. You submit it to your company. So I'd much rather have experts do this for me than me having to try to figure it out. I never really got comfortable with that. So I never really, I made my little changes a little bit. Really wasn't comfortable. But that's what we're talking about, is having advisors. See, the difference between like poor people and middle class and wealthy people is you may be poor and middle class and you may have financial literacy, financial advice. The wealthy have advisors. And there's a big difference. There's a big difference with that. So strategy 2 is to use those tax laws to pay less. That's how you get that income back. Home-based business deduction, IRS tax code, publication 535 to qualify for home-based business. So it just can't open one and say, oh, I'm in business. I just give me all the money back. Doesn't work that way. To qualify, and this is very important. You have to be serious with this. To qualify, you must have the intent to generate a profit, actively participate in your business, keep proper records, and only claim expenses that are ordinary and necessary. Now, notice one thing that you did not see in there. You have to work in your business full time. You have to work in your business part time. You have to work in your business a certain number of hours. Since it's a home-based business, you determine that. Now, true enough, to establish it as a business, you want to have some regular routine, but that's one of the benefits of home-based. You're flexible. So a lot of people say, well, I'm already working hard. I really don't have time for a business. That's not true. You work it around your schedule, just working on a consistent basis, but the time is left up to you, so you handle that part. All right. So over 180 potential deductions: mileage deductions, cell phone, internet, business meals, business trips, medical insurance and expenses. And you can even hire your children. How would it be if you, instead of giving your kids an allowance, hired them and then gave them money that was tax-free, that was still going to give to them anyway, but now you're able to write it off as a deduction because you're able to hire your children. Our experts are going to tell you how to do that. You're not going to figure this stuff out. We got people that's going to help you with that. All right. And so also, we will let you know before you buy. How good is that? Because not everybody qualifies for this. So I don't want to give the impression, oh, this is just that easy. Everybody qualifies for it. We're not here to make money. I'm not here to make money just by pushing people in and just getting. I want to help people. I really do. I mean, if you're overpaying, then you need to have that money. That just makes sense, right? So we have, you can go to myinstantpayraise.com, answer 7 easy questions, 7 quick questions. It'll tell you how much you can qualify for an approximation. That's not going to, of course, our experts have to get the information first to give you an exact number, but this will give you an approximation with just 7 deductions that you may qualify for, and it'll give you an idea of where you are. So we prove it first. All right, and here's just an example. Let's say this person drove 1,000 miles, cell phone expenses 100. I won't go through all of them. Their monthly amount that they would get back would be $329.63. That they're coming back to them. We've seen the average between $300 and $600 coming back, so that's pretty good. Over a year, $3,955.60 that comes back to them that they'll be able to use every month. Savings, investing, paying off some bills, paying down that debt, whatever they want to use it for. All right. The national average, as I said, is between $300 and $600 per month. All right. So what would you do with an instant pay raise? What would you do with it? Would you improve your current lifestyle? Would you catch up on some debts? Would you give more to charity? Would you be more charitable? Would you live better, save and invest for retirement? Would you release some stress? Take a vacation? Some of you, I promise you, it's been years since you've taken a vacation. You don't even know what it's like to go away and relax. And also some people would save for their kids' education, save for college, putting that money away. I know for me and my wife, a little while ago, we had to take care of our father. He had developed some dementia, so he had come to live with us. Man, I think about it now. If we would have had this information back then, how much our lives have been different if we would have known what we know now. So introducing, this is MWR's Financial Membership, your personal team of financial experts that use proven strategies to secure you and your family's financial future. MoneyMAX, unlimited financial advice on demand. Get your advice from qualified experts without having to pay $200 to $300 per hour. If you were to consult with the CPAs, the CFPs, the enrolled agents, all these people, just for ordinary advice that you need on a daily basis, you could pay easily $200 to $300. Let me ask you a question and put in the comment section. Right now, who do you go to for financial advice? Some of you are lucky enough to have some, wise person to go to. Most of us aren't. Most of us have to go to Google. Maybe other of us have to go to YouTube. But that's not information that's specific to your situation, to your information. So what you do when you join us, what we'll do, we'll adjust the W-4 for you for now. But what we'll also do is look back at the last 3 years tax review and see if there were some deductions that you may have missed. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe you were just checking off the box and you're just doing things, just wanted to send it in. You didn't know. You had somebody else doing it for you. I'm not going to call no names, and they just send it in. Well, let's at least review it. There may be some things that you missed. How nice would it be from 2 years ago to get a refund back that you could use right now? Well, would that be nice? Well, I think I'd be happy with that. We also do a credit restoration. The higher your credit score, the lower your interest payments, the lower down payments, and the lower your insurance premium. Now, not only that, but many times now your credit score is looked at when they're looking at for employment. So many jobs now will run your credit. If you don't have a good credit score, they won't hire you. Now, what your credit has to do with you being a great employee, I don't know, but that's just what happens. Now, the average credit score increase from 50 to 100 points or more. Credit rebuilding, also rent reporting, installment, and revolving accounts, having a good credit mix. And also you have access to some identity theft correction on your account. Now, here's the thing with the credit reporting piece is you get it, you give it to them, and they handle it for you. That's a little different from the company I was with, MyEcon. Once again, great company, but they gave you the CD. I'm sorry, they're not CDs. Ooh, showing my age. They gave you the videos, but then you had to go and do all the work. They gave you they gave you financial literacy, not financial advisors. So you had to go do the work, which is fine if you're a do-it-yourself person. I did some of it, but see, you have to send those letters off. You have to wait for them to come back. You have to wait for all that to happen. I just didn't have time. As I said, by the time I started getting into it, my father was here, work became, kind of challenging. My wife had some physical, health challenges, and her work was stressful. So we just got busy. We didn't have time to do it yourself. So much better to have somebody do it for us. And I know you may think that we're just talking about somebody that has bad credit being a huge savings for them to get to good credit and the difference it can make. Not necessarily. 661. Pretty good, pretty good right there. Not bad, not horrible, not in the 500s. You move it up to 690, just 29 points, just 29-point difference. Look at the difference it makes, though. It's you over a year's time, you save over the term of the loan, you save $2,032 on an auto loan. 48 months, $2,032 on your credit card, and for a mortgage, 30 years, $40,000. That's money that's saved because you improve your credit And so now you were able to negotiate. You're able to refinance that car, get a credit card at a lower rate, maybe get one with no interest for a certain period of time, and move that to that high interest onto a balance transfer. Maybe refinance that mortgage, get it down. It makes a big difference. More money in your pocket. Also, we have MWR, a debt elimination strategy. You keep, well, how good would it be if you could keep your same job, keep your same income, keep your same budget, and pay off all your debts in record time? And what we'll do, we'll give you the monthly statements to tell you exactly what to do. You don't have to do this yourself. You give it to professionals. They figure it all out, and they just give you a statement. You say, okay, just like MapQuest, okay, hey, tell me where to go. All right. The average American family example, creditors plan, MWR, same balance, monthly expenses, $29.85, so everything's the same. But I guarantee you, a creditor's plan for your debt is going to be much different from your plan for your debt. I promise you that, because their plan is for you never to pay it off. Oh, they always want to keep you in debt. So that's why they give you that low minimum. You think it's because they like you. It ain't because they like you. They just like having your money. All right, so time in debt, 29 years with the creditor's plan. Interest to pay on that, $233,511.96. You've actually paid more in interest than your principal balance. Not unusual. MWR plan, because we can show you a different way to restructure that. You're using all those savings. You're paying it off earlier. You're paying $73,515.80 in interest, as opposed to $233,5196. Big difference. Interest saved, $159,996.16, 21 years and 1 month time saved. That's time that you could have back. That's money that you could have back. All right. So then we have MwealthMax, the wealth generation. So we see how it's kind of stepping up. So you have equity, debt, blah, blah, blah. Now we get to wealth. Unlimited consultation with real wealth experts, professional analysis to help you develop the best wealth plan for you and your family. Let me ask you right now, what is your wealth plan for your family? Do you have one? I know we kind of don't. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to talking to these guys, of course, after I get out the debt and all that stuff. Self-banking, we'll talk a little bit more about that. Private reserve account, best way to save, grow and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. We also have land banking, real estate investing. A lot of people want to get in. They want to get involved with land, because the great thing about land is they're not making any more of it. So it's going to be a pretty good investment, but you can get it 20, 40%. Our experts will tell you how you can do that. All right. So let's keep going here. So we look at all these things together. You put them all together, you get between $300 to $600 a month back, instant savings. Average credit savings restoration, that saves $300 a month. Debt elimination, $29.85 a month with restructuring that debt. 35, that gives you about $3,500 a month, right around there. Over 2 years at 3%, $490,318. If you kind of move those percentages up, remember the greatest, I think it was Albert Einstein said, the greatest invention is compound interest. Those who understand it will profit from it. Those who don't will pay it. 20 years compound interest, 30 years. I'm not going to go through all this. You can see the numbers. You can see how it makes a difference whether you're paying it or receiving it. It makes a big difference. All right. So the financial aid membership, what comes in? Everything you need to succeed. We got the MoneyMAX, we got the CreditMax, EquityMax, WealthMax, strategies and experts that do the work for you. Let me say that again, because I don't want you to miss that. That's the difference. That's the key. Strategies and experts that do the work for you. You can have all that. Don't take chances with your finances. Get the financial edge. It's only $79.97 a month for you and your spouse. No contract, no setup fees. Your complete financial strategies membership. You get all that for $79.97 a month. It's a complete plan. But now, if you want to take it to that next level, you don't have to. You don't have to do this. You can just stay there. Just get all that good wisdom. Get your money in order. That'd be beautiful. But if you say, hey, you know what? I know some other people that may want to do them. I know some other employees that say, you know what? I'm struggling too. I'd like to have some money too. So maybe if there's a way I could make some money, it wouldn't be so bad, right? So you with our program, you get paid daily. We'll talk about that to share instant pay raise strategy, financial aid membership, and opportunities with others. Yeah, you can just do what you've seen done. And enjoy the rewards. Guaranteed income, immediate income, leveraged income, residual income, passive income, and bonus income. I don't know about you. I like all them incomes. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like 6 streams, 6 revenue streams. Heard that somewhere before. All right. How many W-2 employees do you know that would like an instant pay raise? Just go to your job and look around. I'm sure there's 1 or 2, maybe 3 that you know that say, you know what, I could use more money. I just haven't found one yet that said they don't want more money. Over 150 Americans need our help. Government employees, families and friends, co-workers, church members, business professionals, classmates, refer and earn guaranteed income. Gotta love that. Now, we talk a little bit about the compensation plan. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. It's really very simple. All right, so you get $40 for every person that you get enrolled, so that every person that becomes a customer says, hey, look, I'd like some extra income. Get $40 for them up front. You get another $40 later. I think it's like 2 or 3 months after 2 or 3 billing cycles after they come in. And then you get 3 and a customer and 3 and it's free. So you get 3 customers, then your membership becomes free as long as they stay customers. So, you know, they want to keep saving money and having all this good wisdom advice. So they're going to stay customers. So your membership then becomes free. And then as long as they stay customers, you get $10 a month in residual long-term income for doing the work once and getting paid again and again. How cool is that? So you also can qualify for some bonuses. In your first 30 days, you get in, you enroll 3 other people that say, you know what, I can leave a business, I can work from home, I can do all this good stuff. 30 days, you qualify, $150. You teach those 3 how to get 3 get 3, you get $450, but you got 60 days to do that. Now you're up to $600. And then they just do what you've done and what you've shown other people to do, and just kind of does that thing. You got 90 days to do that, and boom, you get $900. So in 90 days, if you work hard, if you do, jump right in, you could be, $1,500 richer. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. So we won't go into the leadership bonuses and all that, because what I want you to focus on is just getting stable, just kind of getting your head, just, not being so stressed. So all this other stuff is great. I'm not saying anything negative about it, but we're not going to go into it. We're just not, because I want you to focus on just getting stable, just getting ahead, just being successful where you are. A lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff, luxury cars, all that good stuff. All of it's good. All of it's good. Daily guarantee. Now, okay, so we'll talk about this real quickly. So let's say, for instance, you get 3 other people that say, hey, you know what? I like to make some money. I can use some extra money. It sounds like a pretty good deal. 1, 2, 3. Get 3 people to join you and 1 customer, and you qualify for daily guarantee. So in other words, once you do this, you get a customer, right? You're guaranteed $5 a day. Now, $150 a month. Maybe this doesn't sound like any, big deal, but as long as they stay active, as long as they stay doing what you're doing, you get that. So now, how cool would that be? It's guaranteed, and of course, it goes up. You don't stay there; it goes up as you work harder and you get more people in. It goes up. Whether you get up or not, whether you feel like doing anything or not, maybe you want to watch, I don't know, 90 Days, Fiance, and you just want to work that day. You still get paid. Now, whether it's however much it is, it's still paying. It's guaranteed. You get it guaranteed. How cool is that? What will happen if you help 3 people get an instant pay raise and taught them to do the same? Kind of went through this already. I'm not going to go through all that. Get through this part right here, and we won't talk about that. Once again, once you get in, all this other stuff we can discuss later. Right now, my goal is to really help you focus on getting more money back. Getting more money back. Money now. Money today. Guaranteed income. Talked about that. We're not going to go, like I said, a lot of this stuff, not going to get into. If you really just have to know it, I'll be happy to cover it with you. And go ahead and get past all that. All right, the perfect business for you, get an instant pay raise. So we already showed you is what. Remember, one of the things that we talked about is TMV, time value of money. Talked about that. Better to have it now than later. Refer MWR to others. Let our experts do the work. You don't do the work. Let the experts do the work, and you enjoy the rewards. Everything you need to succeed: leverage, cash flow, residual income, passive income, equals time and financial freedom for you. MWR Financial. So it's, if you want to be the business side, now we talked a little bit about it earlier, if you want to be a customer, and the same thing for customers. If you're a customer and you refer 3 other people, and you can do this, then your membership becomes free. So then you're not even paying the $79.97. So your membership becomes free. If you want to be a business owner, it's a $99 one-time setup fee of $99, just $40 a month. You get all of these things that you have access to now that you don't have access to as a customer. So you don't have access to all this, but you get the MoneyMAX, all that stuff that you have as a customer and a business owner. You get all the Credit Max, Equity Max, Wealth Max, all that for the $79.97. There you go. So you get that $79.97. That's including you and your spouse. One time charge of $99. Set it up, $40 a month. So going forward, it'll be $228.97. Get started right now. And includes your first month for your financial edge, one-time setup fee, your first month of your business office, and just going forward, you're paying $119.97 a month going forward for all this that we've seen. All right, so think about it. The immediate pay raise averages between $300 to $600 per month. The cost of the business membership is only $120 per month. So you're actually already in profit. How many businesses do you know that you can start and immediately already be in profit? It's a business that pays for itself. All right, but here's the key. Here's why I like this, that it just keeps making it better. If you follow the plan of action, and the plan of action is not that difficult. It's just saying, hey, you need to use the plan. What we don't want to have happen, and I just want to say this, if you look at this and you get all excited, it's, oh man, we can do this, and you really aren't serious about actually doing it and getting with the people and having them giving them information, it's better for you not to get it, because it's just going to sit there. But if you get it, you get with the people, you give them the information, let them do your W-4s, let them do your credit, let them do all that, the debt reduction, let them do all that. That's what you have financial advisors for. They just give you paper and you just follow the directions on the paper. If I can do that, do all that in the first, and you tell other people about it, you do all that first 30 days. If you don't make more money in your first 30 days than you've invested, you get a full refund. So really, you have nothing to lose. You really don't. You're losing money already. You really are. That's just a fact. It's already being lost. But if you invest here, you don't have anything to lose, because you tried for 30 days. You did the best you could. If you say, no, it's not for me, hey, no harm, no foul. The time is now. Take control of your financial future. I thank you for your attention. I hope you've learned something tonight. Remember, rule of 72. And also remember what we talked about, the time value of money. I know you're excited. How do I get started? You're saying, okay, I want to start like 20 minutes ago. How do I get started? I'm going to put a link in the comments. All you have to do is click on the link, or just cue me. Just get in my inbox and cue me, and I'll give you all the details that you need to get started. All right, I hope you do join us. I hope you do start taking control of your life for your family. You deserve much more than you've been getting. You deserve much more than you have right now. And I hope to help you get it. This is Sean Hill, SeanHill.com, saying I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, hearts, thumbs up, all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Talk to you later. Goodbye.